Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Nina was on the phone in Alex's office at the Invader when she heard a knock on the door. She hung up the phone and Drew entered. She informed him that she was really busy and was having problems signing onto Alex's computer in order to submit an article. Drew noticed a sticky note containing Alex's password, so Nina signed in and published her paper. Nina told Drew that he could wait for Alexis outside because she was about to lock the office, but he said he was there to see her. He wondered if she missed Crimson. Nina arrived a little while later with coffee and donuts for herself and Drew. She admitted that she missed Crimson, but the newspaper industry was definitely not her calling. She questioned if Carly was failing at Crimson, and Drew revealed that he had fired Carly, who had never wanted the magazine anyhow. Nina joyously realized that Carly had dumped Drew, and he labeled her ugly for laughing at someone else's pain. She reminded him that she had vast experience being a target of it, so it was a welcome change. He assumed that Carly had already begun the next issue, so both of their names might be on it. Nina was passionately against it, so Drew decided it would be easier to let the magazine die. "Wait," Nina murmured, interrupting him. During a shooting, the photographer gave Sasha instructions, but the creative director was not pleased. Lucy instructed her to act as if she didn't want to be there, and the session resumed. The creative director was still unhappy, so Sasha urged him to explain her exactly what he wanted. He said she was doing an excellent job, and that the reason he was dissatisfied was beyond her control, so he called off the shoot. Laura watched Willow check Heather's vitals in a hospital room while TJ discussed her future surgery with her. Just then, his phone rang, and he left the room, followed by Willow. Heather and Laura reminisced about their youth and beauty. She appreciated Laura's presence, and Laura responded that the few remaining Webbers ought to stick together. Heather mentioned that she had never been concerned about dying, but she pondered what might have occurred if she had made better decisions in life. She questioned if she had always been this crazy, and Laura said that it was a recent development. Outside the room, TJ discussed Heather's procedure with Elizabeth before leaving to attend to something else. Deanna approached Elizabeth and informed her of a shortfall in the medical storage section. Willow overheard them discussing missing narcotics and texted Michael in a panic, saying she needed to see him as soon as possible. Willow told Elizabeth that she was going to take her break early, and she left. A few minutes later, Elizabeth was on the phone, learning that the pills taken were pricey, but in little amounts with no street value, and that the drugs were only known to medical personnel. She offered to retrieve the records of everyone who was logged in and out of the pharmaceutical storage in the preceding few days, then hung up. Deanna questioned Elizabeth if someone may lose their work due to missing medicines, and Elizabeth responded that she would be the one to lose her job. Willow returned home and informed Michael the medication she had obtained for Jason had been reported as missing, and Elizabeth was checking into it. She was concerned that Jagger may question them, and that she would have to perjure herself, but she refused to let Elizabeth take the blame. Michael promised to do all he could to help Jason, who had saved his life countless times, and implored Willow to join him. Maxie, Tracy, and Brooke Lynn were given sheets of paper by Spinelli at Deception. Just then, Cody arrived, and Maxie decided he could stay for an explanation of the new security rules. Maxie's phone rang just as Spinelli began talking. She dashed out into the hall and answered it to the Belle Poe lady who had accompanied Sasha to her photograph. She was told the shoot had been cancelled, and she demanded to know why. Maxie returned to her office a few minutes later, assuring everyone that everything was okay. Cody apologized, explaining that Sasha had texted him, informing him that the shoot had been cancelled. Just then, Lucy and Sasha came. Sasha remarked that the shoot had felt odd from the beginning. Lucy admits that Sasha was perceived as too wholesome, while the magazine was looking for an edgy, secretive image. Tracy's phone rang, and she reported that the board was being called to the hospital, so she left. Lucy proposed they needed a second face of Deception, which surprised everyone in the room. Spinelli's phone rang, and he dashed out into the hallway to answer it. He responded to Michael, who inquired whether he had ever hacked into the hospital's pharmacy management system. Spinelli was unsure and requested for more information. He whispered that he was almost there as he sat on his computer in the hallway. Inside the office, Brooke Lynn chastised Lucy for not consulting her and Maxie before announcing the proposed change. Cody was enraged by Lucy's offer and told her so, but she refused to listen to a stable boy who had just been kept there to keep Sasha satisfied. Cody growled that he had never disliked a job more, and he resigned on the spot. Lucy informed him that he couldn't quit because he had a contract. "Sue me," he cried before leaving and slamming the door behind him. Lucy assumed he just needed time to calm down, but Sasha could tell he had made up his mind. She questioned whether it was time for her to quit as well, but Maxie cautioned her against making any premature decisions. "Look what you've done," Brooke Lynn scolded Lucy severely. At the hospital, Elizabeth urged someone on the phone to call off the bloodhounds, as the missing pills had been found. As Elizabeth hung up the phone, Tracy approached and inquired about a discrepancy. Elizabeth stated that the message should never have reached her unless there was a serious issue, but their lax security had triggered an alarm indicating a theft. She apologized that Tracy had come by for nothing. Tracy thanked Elizabeth for saving her from an even more meaningless meeting, and she departed as Willow breathed a sigh of relief. TJ returned to Heather's room, and 2 nurses prepared to take her to surgery. Heather grieved that she would be sent to a prison across the nation following her surgery, but Laura had no idea what her alternatives were. She wished Heather well, and the nurses wheeled her out. Kevin arrived and noticed Laura was distressed. Laura noted that she had a lot of empathy for Heather since she, too, had struggled with mental health, but she had a support structure that Heather did not. Kevin recommended looking for psychiatric diagnoses that resulted in overturned convictions, which Laura approved of. Regarding Jason's deal with John Jagger Cates, Adam Harrington, and anything else he hasn't disclosed yet, a few more pieces of the puzzle will start to fit together. Finola Hughes' character Anna Devane will receive some startling information, which may eventually lead her to learn of John's power over Jason and the mercenary assignment he's been coerced into. Later, Kelly Monaco's character Sam McCall will go to the PCPD in order to speak with Jason one-on-one. It'll be Sam's chance to look Jason in the eye and ask if he took Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, down on the pier. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.